So if we had to be concerned about an industry, it would be the traditional auto industry. We think that gas-powered vehicles are going to be obsolete within the next 5 to 10 years.
Now, I believe we all know what happens on November 8th, but there are two massive events happening that could alter Tesla stock forever. Now, this video is going to be intense for some, but never fear. I will not only get you the information that you need, but we will also have fun along the way, like we always do. But even more important than that, I will tell you exactly what these events are, how they will absolutely affect Tesla stock, what I'm doing personally, and set you up to be prepared so that you can profit from it all. And I will also give you my price projections for Tesla as well. And be sure to stick around until the end because I have some insane news for all Tesla investors out there. So let's get right into the news, facts, and data without wasting any more time right after you smash that like button and subscribe. Now, the first event that will change Tesla stock is midterm elections, which you need to start paying attention to, and this is also very historically bullish, meaning we see massive gains from stocks, and that includes Tesla. You see, one good piece of good news could have a snowball effect on the markets and get things moving again, and that's where midterms come in. We could also see a few signs of improvements on the inflation data, which would be enough to start a rally in the markets. Now, for May 2022, for example, inflation was 8.6% in the US, compared to a 6-month moving average of 8%. And the latest official estimates expected to fall to 5.7% by the end of 2022. So if the interest rate hikes take effect and manage to calm inflation down, we could already see a recovery in the stock market. Now, going back to midterm elections, which happen at the midpoint of a presidential term and usually result in the presidential party losing ground in Congress. As over the past 22 midterm elections, the president's party has lost an average of 28 seats in the House and 4 in the Senate. Only twice has the president's party gained seats in both chambers. And the chart returns for the S&P 500 index since 1931 shows that throughout the midterm election years is very positive. And since 1950, the average one-year return following a midterm election is 15%. And the data doesn't lie. And you can keep saying, well, this year is different, like people have done every 4 years. You know, we've had wars happen, we had 9/11, we had housing market crashes, we had recessions, we had pandemics, etc., and all of which at the time seemed like the worst thing ever. But we eventually recovered, and midterm election years usually start off with a drop and then we rally really hard. And this aligns perfectly with what is happening right now because we had a terrible year so far with risk assets dropping off a cliff. You know, we could also potentially see the Fed pivot on their policy at the end of the year. And once they could potentially send the economy into massive depression, then we could potentially see a pivot from the Fed. And that's something that Cathie Wood and Elon Musk have been talking about recently, stating that if interest rates are increased yet again, then it could send prices down dramatically. And when consumers expect prices to decline, they often delay buying things until when they think prices are going to be much lower, decreasing the overall demand. But still, what we know from history is that stocks will recover, and if we do see a pivot from the Fed, inflation starting to come down, then risk assets could recover faster than expected. So midterms are a good thing for the market. Same with the months of October, December during a midterm election year, resulting into a Christmas rally. But I'm not done yet, because before I go over the second event, we need to look at what congressmen are doing as we get closer to a midterm rally. Because they have been buying up Tesla stock like there is no tomorrow over the past 3 months, even with this volatile market, and that's according to data from Capital Trades, which is a website dedicated to showing the financial trades made by federal lawmakers. But one notable set of trades is the ones made over the past 3 months, as congressmen and senators from around the country have bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of Tesla stock. Now, I am not affiliated with the website whatsoever, but I thought that the website was a great way for us to know what people in Congress are buying and selling. And it's no wonder that they have been buying up Tesla stock, because Tesla stock entered oversold territory last week. And it could be just a matter of time before positive news trigger a rally, which lines perfectly with a midterm rally. But the second event that will change Tesla stock forever is actually a combination of catalysts happening all in Q4 of 2022. Now, I will go over each one, and towards the end, we have a Tesla partnership that will make Tesla fundamentally even stronger. Now in Q4, we will most likely get the announcements of some new gigafactories. We'll also get Q4 earnings with record revenue in Q1 2023, as well as a Cybertruck launch in early 2023. And as we can see from these images, there were 2 new Cybertruck prototypes delivered to Giga Texas on the 14th, which tells us that Elon is ready to make an announcement on the Cybertruck very soon. Now December 1st should also be a great day for the stock because after more than 5 years of waiting, Elon Musk finally announced the start of mass production of the Tesla Semi. The Tesla Semi was first shown back in 2017, and at that time, it was supposed to start being produced by the year 2019, and those dates were extended due to significant delays up until now. And with PepsiCo being the first to announce a reservation of 100 Tesla Semis, one of the largest orders to date. Just a month, so they have been waiting many years to receive their first units, but this will finally become a reality on December 1st. Now, I will not be talking about the Tesla buyback because I feel like so many people have talked about it already, but to keep it extremely short, share buybacks can boost any stock. It's pretty much a company, Tesla, buying shares of the stock. And when there are more buyers than sellers, the stock price rises. And this is something that Elon could announce very soon, especially after Tesla stock just hit a 52-week low. And who doesn't like cheap Tesla? Lastly, this one's for all Tesla investors, as Tesla has formed a new partnership with Australian battery minerals company Liontown Resources to supply Tesla with high lithium content. And Tesla expects to spend more than $1 billion a year on Australian critical minerals needed to make their batteries. Now, just in case you didn't know, Australia is one of the main regions for the supply of lithium, the element necessary for batteries used in electric vehicles, and one of its main objectives being to operate outside of the electric grid using only solar and wind energy that will turn to be stored in batteries for later use in the lithium extraction process. And Tesla, Ford, and LG Energy Solutions have already signed contracts with the managers of this project to supply part of lithium. The road plan indicates that the mine will be in operation for more than 20 years, and production of the high lithium content is expected to start in the third quarter of 2024, so long-term, Tesla's fundamentals are only getting stronger. You see, Elon stated many times that the energy business is going to be bigger than their vehicle business. The full self-driving, real-world AI is probably the most valuable SaaS product in the future, as with all SaaS products, it will be high margin and easy to scale globally. The Tesla robot will also redefine the labor market by allowing to significantly increase the productivity of businesses while closing the labor shortage. So after all of this, what am I doing personally? Well, this is still a very long-term hold for me, so no matter what happens, I will not be selling any of my shares. You guys all probably knew that already, but I think there are some big buying opportunities coming to add shares if you have the right mindset and a lot of stomach medicine nearby to be able to handle the market volatility. So here's how it all lays out. First, let's get our mindset right. Yes, if you're a day trader or a swing trader, volatility is where you actually make your money. Now, I am neither of those, so I don't care what happens in the short term, and that is not what my plan is all about. So to me, your mindset has to be set on a timeline of a year from now or maybe even longer. And there's a strong possibility that no matter where I buy, I will end up losing money in the short term or not gain anything at all. Now, I'm guessing that most of you bought Tesla this year, so that's going to be a very foreign feeling for you since Tesla stock has only gone down so far. So my personal mindset is that I am buying now for a payoff in 2 to 5 years. And I fully expect to lose money in the short term, at least for quite some time. And if I don't do well, that is great and possible too. But I'm totally not counting on it. So that is my mindset. My plan is actually quite simple when it hits my price target. I will spend 25% of my cash to buy, and I'm not going to try and guess the bottom. I am not pushing all of my money all in at once, and I will adjust my price targets as events unfold. And when it hits my next price target, I will again spend 25% of my cash into the stock, and I will just rinse and repeat if chaotic trading drags on for months after these events. I will use the money I save and allocate each month to put towards investments like buying more Tesla stock. You know, I live well below my means, and I mean seriously. Also, I can save money each month, and so I can buy into strong fundamental investments. So there will always be an inflow of cash to fund this strategy for as long as I need 2 without ever leaving me completely cash depleted. So this is the situation you can find yourself into when you plan your life and your financials around investing into fundamentally strong companies. So then what is my price target for Tesla? Now keep in mind that Tesla was trading at around $300 or so before the stock split announcement. So my first price target was at around $200. Now remember that I already own all the shares of Tesla I want, so I need a discount to really provoke me to buy more. And obviously your price target might be different than mine, and you may actively be looking to add more Tesla stock to your position, but you want your plan to be based around your goals, so your price target might be at around $190 or $170. Everyone is different and each situation is different. But my next price target will be below $200, and anything after that is simply something that I will need to assess at that time and make a decision before the price ever gets there. And although in the short term it's not going to be looking good at all, over the long term it's going to be looking great, considering that we have a lot of catalysts coming out for Tesla. But my bullish price target for Tesla is $330 by the end of 2022, maybe towards the beginning of 2023, which is $1,000 pre-stock split, and that is something that I have already mentioned in my previous video. And if none of that happens, well, great. I already own the Tesla shares I want, but if it does, I am prepared and ready to make big money moves. So in the end, it's gonna be based around your goals and your plan. And as long as you have that long-term mentality, we should all be fine. Let me know down in the comments below which stock or topic you would like me to go over next. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe for more content. Until next time.